What's going on, everyone? This is City Wrestling Radio, and this is TGI. Was it TGI Fight Day?
TGI Fight Day. I literally thought up of that the day before we thought, hey, Korey, remember when we did a wrestling podcast?
A weekly one?
Yeah, we remember, and then we were too negative on WWE to a point where they lawyered up. They sued us for defamation, and then when we eventually won the case. But then at what cost, Korey? You said that like you were gonna cover all the payments from the legal fees, and then I was just straight up like, okay, and then it turns out I had to pay for everything, and we just did not talk since.
Well, I sued you for defamation, and that's what happened, right?
Yeah. We settled though. We settled,
and then we're back. I was kind of hoping Colt would come out tonight, but nonetheless, this is City Wrestling Radio Fight Day. It's Friday night.
TGI Fight Day. Get the branding right, or else we're gonna have another legal battle that caused over a podcast. Because good lord, that doesn't happen enough times in this world.
All right, TGI Fight Day. Well, we're going to talk about AEW Rampage. Going to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong. I guess it's just New Japan Strong, and Smackdown. And
like by proxy, we might as well just talk about SummerSlam because that's pretty much what it is. You sound so excited. It's SummerSlam on a Saturday. Isn't that weird? I mean, by no means an obligation to the city of Las Vegas.
I mean, you saw my statistics on our Instagram. 23 time the WWE title changed hands. I mean, come on, Goldberg versus Lashley. I mean, okay.
Who knows? I mean, that could be okay. All right, SummerSlam. We'll get there. Korey. We'll get there.
It's the main event of the show.
Yeah. Anyway,
I guess we'll just kick it off with AEW Rampage.
Yep. The be all end all of Fridays. I took notes. I'll probably just lead this, Korey. Is that cool?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. So AEW Rampage, United Center, Chicago, Illinois, home of one CM Punk. I wonder if he's going to show up, Korey.
They've been saying, the start of the show, about the first 30 seconds, they were chanting his name, and I was like, I wonder when he's going to come out. If he even is going to come out tonight at all. That
was mostly the discourse of what people were saying all over Twitter. Were like, yeah, what if he just doesn't happen? What if like Tony Khan is just asking for a live beheading on he's pretty much just asking for it at that point. But nonetheless, I digress. Jim Ross, Taz, Mark Henry, and Excalibur on commentary with them saying Chris Jericho is off to find himself after the match he lost against MJF on Dynamite Wednesday, which was a great match.
He needs a week to get his head together.
Yeah, that's what they said. But we start off the show with straight up CM Punk chants, just the most blatant. No crowd silencing here. Straight up, they linger on those CM Punk chants, and then you get like this limp dick static noise. you like listen. Yeah. There's not much I'm gonna criticize about this show, but the way that's did WWE like have copyright over static noises or that specific static noise?
No, the audio seemed a little weird though. I felt like when he was even.
I mean, the song. Okay, he comes out to Living Colors, Cult of Personality. That sounded great.
Yeah,
I heard that.
Well, it also sounded kind of muffled. Like it didn't sound.
It just sounded like a live audience, like a live studio. What you hear through the stereo of a live audio.
Maybe it's the rematch. Maybe it's a live version. I don't.
Yeah, who could say? But out comes Living Colors, Cult of Personality blares, and out comes one Philip Jack Brooks to what could be the loudest pop in modern wrestling history. I'm saying it today, and I'm saying it right now. In August 20th, 2021, sorry, off by 20 years, there will be no louder pop in modern wrestling history in about maybe a month. Yeah.
No. I mean,
no. Okay, listen. We have this. They got this in the books. AEW's got this in the books.
Yeah.
Now and I think this has, and as far as loud pops are concerned, this has the advantage of being an indoor arena.
Yeah, definitely.
Arthur Ashe is a tennis stadium. I mean, you can't hear audience. You can't hear the audience. Like, you ever watch the U.S. Open? You know, you got the claps. You got Serena Williams doing her thing. You got Naomi Osaka doing her thing. But they will test the limits of the acoustics of Arthur Ashe. But United Center, I will go as far as to say loudest pop in modern wrestling history. Do you agree?
This was the same arena that Money in the Bank was, right?
No, I think that was a different arena. I actually should check that out. I think because it wasn't, Money in the Bank was not in Chicago. I think it was in Rosemont, which is like their San Jose. Maybe. No disrespect to San Jose listeners out there. It was at the Allstate Arena. It was at the Allstate Arena in Rosemont, Illinois. But yeah. Buck kneels with near tears in his eyes as the United Center are losing their goddamn minds. He takes a minute and then he just enters. Well, first he hugs Frank the Clown, no clown face paint, and then he just goes straight to the ring. And as soon as he goes to the ring, Excalibur is on commentary saying, "And we will see CM Punk in about 90 seconds from now," and it's just the most blue balls thing TNT has ever bestowed upon a wrestling audience in years. But hey, listen, you gotta pay the bills. Yeah. Excuse me. So CM Punk is in the ring. We're back from commercial break. First time in a wrestling arena on national television in 70 years, and the first thing he brings up is Britt Baker and he, like, straight up, he just says, I guess this is how Britt Baker feels in Pittsburgh, which was on the Rampage show last week.
He said, well, you guys really know how to make a boy feel like Britt Baker in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And that's, what a rub, dude.
Yeah.
What a rub. Like, he could have said anything and could have, like, just had the audience at the tip of his fingertips, and he just puts one over on their women's champion. Like, that shit, like that, like, is what makes CM Punk captivating. You know, like, a lot of people, and let's not mince words here, probably rightfully so, has an axe to grind with the guy, and he will say it himself that he is an asshole to them. He is difficult to work with. Nobody's more self-aware about that than him. But for him to, it's just the little things that he does is what makes like actual acts of kindness, like buying Joey Mercury's house, or just being so detail oriented about how he goes about certain ways. I mean, it's why that whole entire Chicago area was losing their shit.
Well, he's just like a man of the people. You know what I mean? Like, he's been the wrestler the entire time who's always been about. It's not like even being like the people's champion or anything like that.
But he's also fostered a very antagonistic relationship with the audience. Like, when the Cabana podcast, where he would just go off on people saying, "We bought your house," and that other stuff, and like just being approached by, it's the negative stuff about being a celebrity, like on the low, especially being on the level of CM Punk. But Punk, he gets on the microphone, says he's winging this, but he's got time today, Wednesday, the next Friday, and 4 Sundays or Saturdays they got going on whatever calendar AEW operates on. Which apparently I did not look at a calendar until I realized that All Out is on a Sunday.
Oh,
what is
SummerSlam on a Saturday, All Out on a Sunday?
Crazy.
Dogs and cats living together. Yeah. What is going on? It's mass hysteria.
He tells the people who are disappointed that he's in AEW that he was never going to get healthy going to a place where he got sick in the first place. And I thought, yeah, that's quite the indictment, you know. That is quite the indictment. Punk says he's got scores to settle and new faces to go up against, and yells at Darby Allin up in the rafters, and by just laying it all out there. It's Punk versus Darby at All Out.
Yeah.
And as we end the segment, he just says free ice cream bars for everyone on the way out. And that's pretty much it for CM Punk for the rest of the show. Korey,
I like how Taz has his ice cream. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting in this ice cream bowl right now."
And it's not just
nutty.
that. It's just this. It's just the slow zoom. It's the slow zoom also that like just you. There you go. There's your GIF image. There's your moment. And boy, what a moment for AEW, dudes. Korey, what did you think of this?
I mean, CM Punk is back. I mean, like, I don't know if like
you said yourself, cats and dogs living together.
It's almost for certain. It was almost for certain though that he was going to show up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we were expecting it. A lot of people, I think, were questioning when he was going to show up. Was he going to show up at the end of the show, beginning of the show, middle of the show? But I think the only time he could have showed up was at the beginning of the show, because like they would have just been chanting CM Punk the entire night.
This show, I mean, since there wasn't much to it besides, I mean, let's not, discredit the second half, but this was CM Punk's show. The first half of this was CM Punk, quite literally. Like, it ended, I don't want to say right on time, but boy, they were getting close to it.
Kenny Omega would beg to differ with you, but
so I am going to ask you, do you want to, so apparently, like, after the show, CM Punk and Tony Khan did a media scrum.
Yeah, Izzy was there. Izzy was there.
Oh, cool.
Virtually.
Cool. I'm just going to pick and choose what was said on that media scrum. What was the one thing you were wondering about that you questioned?
Did I have any questions?
You had a question that I could have easily answered with one of these tweets that Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com is live tweeting from the media scrum, which, hey, dude, what big ups to that guy, dude. Like, he straight up solidified. I mean, it's not to say that he didn't have like a solid career before this, but dude, this is defiant. This is career defining for this guy. So he says, I'll say CM Punk says it was the worst kept secret by design, and surprises and anticipation in wrestling can still happen even in that case. He's happy they didn't advertise it. CM Punk was not hidden backstage at AEW Rampage. He was backstage socializing with the roster before the show.
That's pretty cool.
Here's one. CM Punk says AEW didn't have to prove anything to him. It was more about him being open to it. He wants to dip his toes in with WWE backstage. And listen to this one. He blames Renee Paquette for him returning to wrestling because she encouraged him to do backstage. Talk about Renee Paquette. Basically just talk about it. See, they say Jon Moxley can do paradigm shifts, but look out for Renee Paquette, man.
She seems like one of those people. She's like, just get back into it.
I think you should do it. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time, CM Punk, should go back to wrestling.
Just do it.
Boy, dude, now all eyes on Renee after a statement on that.
The thing too is that CM Punk basically said, like, he wasn't right in the head when he was in WWE. He wasn't right in the head leaving WWE.
Physically and mentally.
So, he even said, hey, so I'll say sorry if y'all can understand that I was coming from a place that wasn't a healthy place, so.
Oh, here was your question. He was the answer to your question. CM Punk says he's been talking to Tony Khan for about a year and a half about coming to AEW, and then they were never going to debut him with no crowd, which, hey, listen, good call.
Yeah.
Good call. Yeah. CM Punk hasn't seen Dark or Elevation, doesn't really use YouTube. He says he watches DVDs and feels like Terry Funk now. You will watch everything moving forward. Let's hope you fucking do, dude. I'm also
old man Punk. He's just like, no, I can't figure this YouTube out. It's whatever,
Yeah. CM Punk said that the roster and people around AEW not saying anything about Brody Lee's illness before his passing made a big impression on him. Wow. Yeah, no, that's.
I feel like CM Punk is one of the last old school type of wrestlers in the head where he's like they had to earn his respect. You know what I mean?
In a year and a half. Think what was going on a year and a half ago, besides COVID. And, I mean, a year and a half was COVID, so was straight up just the eye of the storm on that in that regard.
Yeah.
So you think had COVID not happened, he would have debuted a little earlier, or you think this was the timeline? Because when you see what was what they had planned for
Who knows?
AEW.
Who knows? You know what I mean? Like, who knows if even CM Punk not going through like what everyone's been through this last year and a half, if he would even return to wrestling. Maybe he'd be like, no, I'm good. I'm going to do that horror movie stuff, write a couple of comics. And
so, yeah, this media scrum basically just confirms everything that we thought CM Punk would think about AEW. Like, it's everything that a wrestler should strive for, creative freedom. And yeah, it's really interesting. CM Punk mentions Jungle Boy, Kenny Omega, Young Bucks as people he wants to work with. And here's the kicker, and I quote, "Who knows who else is coming? Well, Tony probably knows." You fuckers. You
Wait, who said
fuckers.
That? CM Punk did?
CM Punk said. And then here's one. Tony Khan says Daniel Garcia working in top situations with AEW has been great. He's under an agreement with AEW, and they hope he's around there for a long time. Khan talks up how hard Garcia worked since his car accident. Oh.
I'll say this.
Something to look at.
Garcia, when I was at the indie show last week, Garcia, someone started chanting AEW, and he looked at them and was just like,
yeah.
So it was a little odd. I don't know what that was, but hey.
Yeah. Listen, if you're listening to this show, you most likely follow Sean Ross Sapp at Fightful anyway. I'll leave it at this. CM Punk, and I quote, if Tony Khan tells me he wants me to go do the G1, we'll talk about it. Says he wants to swim in the AEW pool for a while, which is kind of a good call. Like, you don't want him to take Made in Japan from Shingo Takagi. Nobody should.
Yeah.
Let's see that. You see, CM Punk says, I'm an AEW guy. He has freedom to continue MMA commentary and doing other things. Well, I'm sure that's a key. That's also why I feel like it's a key thing to keep CM Punk. But yeah, he's back.
I mean, the thing is like, what now for him? You know what I mean? Like, we talk about like, oh, he can have
what now for him? Like, look at all the toys. Look at all the new toys he's got.
I just hope like they keep a path for him, and I don't know. Like, I'm wondering how this is gonna unravel, because like, is he gonna be somebody that goes for the title, one day, or is he gonna be somebody that wants to put over new talent? I know you can do a little bit of both, but
so one of the things that I remember CM Punk being interviewed, and this was before, this was before the whole AEW, this is before the show, obviously, where he said he would not, he's not about money. He's not about money. I mean, granted, it's a big part of it, but he would rather join in a company where they seem to know what they're doing, and if the story captivates him. So I am just in all of assumption that they've got something planned for him very meticulously, very carefully, and that's just what's going to see. We'll see, and god damn it, fucking excited, Korey.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be good.
Excited.
He's gonna be wrestling Darby Allin. It was kind of a letdown. I was kind of hoping.
Oh, we'll get there, Korey.
We would have got to see him in action a little bit tonight.
Yeah.
But all out.
We move on.
Yeah,
we move on, and as the first half of this show goes by, in easily the most unenviable spot in the history of modern wrestling, I might say, Private Party versus Jurassic Express. And to the crowd's credit, they were as respectful as you could ask. They got CM Punk. Yeah, they got Jungle Boy came out. They loved Jungle Boy. Chicago loved Jungle Boy. They loved this match. I loved this match. They knew
backgrounds for him.
Yeah, they knew what. Like, it's almost like really weird how cognizant this audience was to the fact that these guys had to follow him. So everybody just has to, like, we're trying to be as supportive to Private Party and Jurassic Express as they possibly can, and the match fucking showed. These guys knew what they were in for, and they just went balls the fuck out. I mean, even then, like, even as the match was going on, I just couldn't focus. Like, it took a while for them to catch me, because holy shit, CM Punk, blah, blah, blah. But Isaiah Cassidy does a destroyer off the shoulders of Luchasaurus. Have you seen that? Have they done this before?
Isaiah Cassidy does.
No, the destroyer off the shoulder of Luchasaurus. Like, I feel like that was a spot where, like, they knew, okay, we're whipping this out. Because we followed CM Punk. And then you also, go ahead.
Everyone just seemed like in good spirits. It just seemed like a good
atmosphere.
Like, everyone Like I think that's
that
like
damn dude who fucking cried his balls off. Probably, his tears were probably drying right now.
This, Mr. Phil Brooks, I wouldn't jump into crowds at this moment. Just saying, take it easy.
It's listen,
I'm not
this
making
guy,
a joke.
Yeah.
I literally was like,
yeah, no, I know, I get it. He did the stage dive. I feel like I knew someone was gonna bring that up, and I knew like he probably should be careful, but it was a heat of the moment thing. I bet you like 100% of that entire thing was just a heat of the moment. Moment. Yeah.
Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. I mean, they look fucking incredible, man.
Oh yeah, no,
And
what else needs to be said? These guys are fucking awesome.
Well, I can speak. They said about Luchasaurus on there. They said Luchasaurus is his size doesn't come through on TV, and it's true, man. Like seeing him in live events, I say it every time. I walk down the stairwell where he was doing sit-up or push-ups on the stairs, taking up like pretty much half the flight of stairs. I'm just like, excuse me, Mr. Luchasaurus, I need to get by you. He's like, oh yes, go right ahead. I'm like, oh, thank you, sir.
Did you actually call him? Was he always Luchasaurus?
I mean, he was Luchasaurus at the time.
Okay.
So.
I mean, he still is Luchasaurus.
I mean, he was in NXT for a while, so he wasn't Luchasaurus then.
Have you seen him unmasked?
Yeah, I mean,
I think everybody has seen him unmasked. He looks like Seth Rollins.
Yeah, he's a good looking dude.
We made this joke before. Yeah, no, he's a good looking dude who like he could totally just take that off and like be a heel or straight up just go big cast and all that stuff. But yeah, Jurassic Express, they over Private Party, and they are gonna face either the Lucha Bros or the Varsity Blondes, who face each other next week on Dynamite.
I'm guessing
live on Dynamite.
Well, no, I don't know. I mean, will it be the Lucha Bros?
It has to be the Lucha Bros.
Or actually, no. I mean, what they said, the whole Andrade situation. Andrade says, as long as you're with Pac, you will never win the tag titles.
My opinion,
threw them in the first round, and Varsity Blondes go on because they want to give that rub to Varsity Blondes.
I have a feeling it's going to be Lucha Brothers.
Be the better match.
It would be the better. I mean, okay, for the sake of safety of Phoenix, I would put him far away from a steel cage as I possibly can.
Oh
maybe
no,
you're onto something here. No,
no,
just for the safety of Phoenix, because if you put Phoenix in a steel cage,
yeah,
good lord, I don't know what he's gonna do. I feel like I know what he's gonna do.
Jurassic Express is going to that finals. They're winning. They're going to win tag titles. But
you think it's time for the Young Bucks to? You think they've milked those titles dry?
As long as Kenny retains. Yeah, because since he's going to retain the world title, so yeah.
Because I don't see Miro losing that title anytime soon. Like if there's anyone out of all those champions
not losing the title,
yeah. If there's anybody, that's yeah, and they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Bucks, yeah. So up next, Jade Cargill kills Kiera Hogan. This was absolutely necessary. Do you think it should have been Kiera Hogan? Be the one that gets squashed on here?
I don't know, man. She's lost a few times on AEW.
She's 0-3 now.
Yeah, and she's kind of a big name from Impact. Like I haven't too many of her matches, but I know of her.
Like, I mean, I guess they just wanted on paper they wanted somewhat of a good big name for Kiera Hogan. But Kiera Hogan, but then like they I mean, as you can see, like these guys were cutting it real slim on time. But yeah, Jade Cargill kills Kiera Hogan. Made Jade Cargill look like $1 million. She's always $1 million, and she will continue to be $1 million and their prospect. And not much needs to be said this week about her.
Yeah. She looks like $1 million.
Yeah. We got a graphic. Mark Henry's in the middle. He's just right in between Moxley and Daniel Garcia in 2.0. Like, hey guys. Yeah. John Moxley, he did a promo. It fucking ruled. I don't remember it, but trust me, it was awesome. And then we get our main event: Moxley versus Daniel Garcia. Garcia works the leg, but good lord, like I saw a little bit of heel in Moxley. I think he was like. And maybe because what happened on Dynamite where they, as one of the members of 2.0 said, they Nancy Kerrigan John great. Moxley that night. So maybe he was wrestling with a chip on his shoulder there. But John Moxley, where he fits in within the realm of AEW, he cut that promo on Dynamite saying, no, now everybody now like is going to AEW. They're jumping on this bandwagon. They're, like when uncertain times were happening, I was the one carrying the company on its back. And like, he's not wrong. Like him and Hikaru Shida are the champions that you would associate that pandemic period with. And like, you sort of agree with them.
Also Brody Lee, but
yes, Brody Lee. Dude.
Yeah,
once you get into that, so Moxley, he kind of has a chip on his shoulder, and he's also kind of right, and I can definitely see. I wouldn't necessarily say a heel turn from the guy, but I would see like a story beat for him, and it's not like AEW where he's like, oh, we'll just turn him heel and just go like full 100% black and white kind of thing. Like like it can definitely be shades of gray.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that phrase all the time, but then within the context of Jon Moxley's situation, I'm definitely interested in where they're going with this guy.
Well, who's he feuding with? Who's this New Japan person going to be at All Out? Everyone's saying Minoru Suzuki. He's coming to America.
So there was that he did call out Hiroshi Tanahashi.
He'll be here locally.
He was calling out Hiroshi Tanahashi, and apparently, according to Dave, like talks are kind of falling through with that. So it's just his standing in New Japan is a little bit in limbo for the time being. Who knows? Yeah. But like
Moxley's, you mean?
Yeah, Moxley's like New Japan plans are sort of kind of in limbo. It's in kind of a standstill, but at least Moxley's got this. At least he's got like, there are hints of it, and also the placement of this show of Moxley, being involved with Darby Allin. Like Darby Allin was not there for no reason, dude. So I'll just go ahead and finish this. I'll finish this match. Garcia surprisingly out wrestles Moxley, which again, Daniel Garcia. Out wrestles Moxley. Gives him a fuck ton with the time they have, but Mox catches him with the Bulldog choke for the submission victory. As soon as the bell rings, with 2 minutes left on the show, 2.0, then brawl, and then wrestling happens with Darby and Sting going for the rescue. And as this was going on, people were chanting CM Punk as Eddie Kingston, Darby Allin, Sting, Jon Moxley, your main faces were just celebrating off this, and people were chanting CM Punk because they were probably thinking, you were probably thinking this too, that CM Punk was going to get involved in that brawl, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen, and I liked this ending.
Yeah,
but it was a little flat. It's like, these are the old toys. I got the shiny new Snake Eyes. But then all I get are fucking Duke, Scarlet. We just look at the G.I. Joe toys I have right now.
Well, you know what?
And Lady J, like they're just standing there, but I want that Snake Eyes. I want that Snake Eyes. Put him against all those villains. You
get the Brutus the Barber Beefcake figure, but you want the Rick Rude.
Who doesn't? But yeah.
First off, Daniel Garcia, he looks amazing. He's an amazing worker. He's working probably harder than I can't say working harder than anybody right now, but this guy is all over the place. Like I said,
he's taking the world by storm right now.
New Japan Strong, on AEW weekly,
Yeah.
So
I'm looking up his car accident. What happened there?
And he looks great. Like he faced Jacob Fatu at that indie show live, and like I said, him and Fatu going back and forth, the MLW champion Jacob Fatu.
And apparently, like he went Broadway with Wheeler Yuta, which John Alba of ESPN says is the greatest independent wrestling match that he's ever seen live ever. Which
which is weird because Wheeler Yuta just hasn't really done anything for me yet. But hey,
I think it's because of how he's booked. I definitely see potential with Wheeler Yuta, and I feel like he's the type where you kind of have to go seek out and watch to see how good he really is.
Yeah.
I have no doubt in my mind they're not booking him for no reason, dude. Like
Oh yeah,
They
no,
want
definitely.
him. They want him on their shows. They want him to have. I think they're just trying to get him television ready because that that is a different thing. He wrestled indies, but television's different, and just
Yeah.
want him at that shape. But Daniel Garcia, the fact that with the amount of time that they had and what they had to get across, if this was like I don't want to say feast or fried because I don't think AEW kind of operates in that situation.
Yeah.
But boy, Daniel Garcia, he be feasting tonight. And again, though his wrestling style screams young Padawan 4-1 Bryan Danielson. It's just it's similar,
Yeah.
and I think they know that too. Where it's like this guy is like he is Bryan Danielson's lost son. You know what I mean?
Or just like
Daniel Garcia versus Buddy Joe Danielson.
Buddy Joe Danielson.
I think that's his middle name. I don't know.
Oh.
Buddy Danielson.
Is that what he's gonna go by? I like that name, Buddy Danielson.
Yeah. A defining moment for All Elite Wrestling in what I will assume.
Did you find anything about that car accident or no?
Oh yeah, there's an SI.com article that like if I was gonna, you should just go check it out. Just Google Daniel Garcia car accident. It happened. There's a picture. It does indeed look gruesome.
Oh, look, there's a picture of Layla Hirsch with CM Punk.
Oh, nice.
That picture looks legit. Admit. Anyways.
Nice, Korey. I'm actually gonna see a little bit more of the Sean Ross Twitter, see if we got anything else. At least anything newsworthy before we completely move on from AEW. Even though, come on, dude, that AEW is the talk of the town right now. They won this weekend. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how. I mean, there have been reports that WWE is not looking. Is not of the mindset of being reactionary to this CM Punk news because
what are you talking about?
No, listen. 43,000 they are expecting 43,000 people at Allegiant Stadium at Las Vegas. So
I know a few people going.
Yeah, so they kind of like, you don't want to say that they have nothing. They're like gonna like super worried. They should be shaking. Like, no, SummerSlam is gonna be what it is. Yeah. And they'll just be fine with this. Like maybe Vince McMahon from 20 years ago would be super reactionary to this, but I think WWE is just going to be what they are without like thinking about their competition. And yeah, Cody Rhodes is right. This is competition, baby.
And one thing I wanted to add about Jon Moxley, and we were talking about the kind of booking with New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's not, we don't necessarily know when he's going back or how, in what form.
There's too many moving parts.
Remember, because of the pandemic, AEW, I think, was allowing him to wrestle on New Japan Strong, just kind of peppered in here and there. But now that I don't want to say, it's definitely not over the pandemic, but things are opening up back in America. There's more
for the time being.
But New Japan is also still in America, and they're still filming in America because the pandemic is so bad still in Japan. So I wonder if Tony Khan is just kind of like, hey,
is it easier to go out of Japan or going into Japan?
Going in is easier. No. Sorry, going out is easier. So going in, you have to do 2 weeks quarantine.
That makes sense.
Once you get there.
How many people do you think were actually wearing a mask in the United Center? Chicago has an indoor mask mandate.
I didn't notice any masks. Did you?
It's gonna be pretty hard to enforce any of that shit.
Cut to CM Punk crowd surfing.
We can't. He's gonna have to wait for another Dynamite. He's gonna have to wait until next week's Dynamite. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Hey, chances are he's vaccinated. Otherwise, he wouldn't be working with AEW. So, and the timeline to be recovering from COVID. I mean, hey, listen. Let's
10 days. Let's 10 days.
Let's get real here, Korey. Both of us got COVID. It is not a pleasant experience.
Oh, yeah, you got COVID.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, get vaccinated, by the way. Let's use our platform for good. Get vaccinated. You're fucking smarter than that. If you're not, what are you doing? Stop it. Get some help. Get some vaccine.
Yeah, dude, you don't want to at least you don't want to eat food and not taste it. That sucks.
I thought that I did not. I mean, we don't want to turn this into a COVID postmortem. Well, we didn't die. But there was a brief period, and I think that lasted a little less. I thought I had that for a few days and then it was actually gone. And then really it was just the head swim. It was the head swim that that got me the worst out of that COVID experience. But it happened. Get vaccinated. Get your shots in. I got my vaccine. I'm only showing you the back of it because I don't want to get doxxed, but it's right here.
Somebody could screenshot it and then go to a bar with that and say, "I am Michael Vergara."
Reminder: return for a second dose. I don't need a second dose. I got fucking Johnson & Johnson. I might need a booster though. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got the Pfizer.
You got the good one. Don't you fucking hate that? Don't
But
you
I still got COVID afterwards. So
well, yeah, no, that fucking sucks. But then don't you fucking hate the fact that
Breakthrough.
oh, it's like a gamble. Like, oh, you got Johnson & Johnson. Oh, you're screwed. Oh, you got Moderna. Oh, you're screwed. Oh, Pfizer gang, AstraZeneca gang. Like, I get it. Like, science is science. Like, some are gonna be a little bit more effective than others, but everything have to be a fucking competition. I swear to God.
Everything is based upon your anatomy and your body and how it
Everybody's different. Left deltoid.
Anyways.
Did you get yours in your left deltoid? Or your right?
I think the left, yeah.
Got it right in that tattoo. Of course.
No, I got left.
Oh. Well, no, you should have just asked him. Just right in the center of the tattoo. That's not how it works, Korey. Anyway, what do you want to do? New Japan or WWE first? You want to just do New Japan?
New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong. Did you watch any of it or?
Absolutely not. I was too busy setting up this show. Sorry.
You're just like CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk.
That's what everybody is. I feel like that's what the entire wrestling world is. But we must not neglect it. This was taped, right? It has to be taped.
Yeah, these are all taped. New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Except 205 Live. Did you see that WWE Twitter account where they was just tweeting 205 Live, like up next, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, 205 Live, and the replies are exactly what you think they would be. No one's watching, LOL.
But after a night like it's like my fourth hour of wrestling in the night.
Yeah.
And it went by the fastest.
The fast lane? You went through the fast lane?
Yeah. I went through the fast lane, carpool lane through New Japan Strong. I will say this, watching New Japan Strong, they have on the New Japan World. I didn't know this until, I don't know if they just added this because I just reactivated my account. They have a 1.5 times speed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, I used to listen, as somebody who I can say this now, who edited live broadcasts of live streams, live broadcasts of classrooms teaching.
Yeah,
like at the archive,
teaching me.
Oh yeah, that's actually how we met too. Someone opened the door. That's how we met. Yeah, 1.5 is a godsend, and you saw this through 1.5. 50 minute. It was 50 minutes. You breezed through this at 25 minutes.
35 minutes. 35 minutes I was done and I saw everything. It's not
give us your detailed. I'm sure you got everything you needed out of that New Japan Strong.
I mean, it was a great show. It kicked off. They had 3 matches, 1 hour, kind of similar to AEW. We had Matt Morris.
3 matches in 30 minutes for a Rampage. What are you talking about?
Well, that's true. Yeah. Well, it was about 3 matches in 30 minutes and on AEW Rampage.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. First match of the night, Alex Coughlin versus Matt Morris, the formerly known Aiden English, is making his debut at New Japan Strong.
I'm sorry, what's his name?
Matt Morris.
Okay. I thought he went by something else.
Apparently he goes by... Yeah, because Brian Alvarez was going on about how his last name was very difficult, and I was like, Morris is a pretty basic last name.
He changed it from Morris?
No, his name's Matt Morris in New Japan.
Okay. Whatever.
Versus Alex Coughlin, 6-man tag, Clark Connors, Ren Narita, and TJP versus Fred Rosser, Fred Yehai, and Daniel Garcia. And
he's in 2 places at once. Is there anything that boy can't do?
And the main event, Violence Unlimited, Brody King and Chris Dickinson, the Dirty Daddy, versus the West Coast Wrecking Crew, Jarrell Nelson and Royce Isaacs. I'm wearing my Violence Unlimited beanie tonight I'm officially joining. I'm asking to join Violence Unlimited. If they want me, hey, I'm here. First match of the night, Matt Morris versus Alex Coughlin. I mean, what can I say? I think
You think they were aware?
What do you mean?
You think they were aware of this particular taping? Yeah.
No.
Because they bulk these, right?
Wholesale? No, because Yeah, these are all still without fans.
Yeah.
So these were taped, I think, a few weeks ago.
Okay. All right. Yeah, move on.
Coughlin, I mean, he looks like $1 million. The last time I saw him,
looks like the British Bull. He looks like not British Bulldog. He looks like Dynamite Kid.
I was talking about Rick Rude earlier, but he's got that Rick Rude-esque mustache.
Hold on, I think I got Alex Coughlin confused. Yeah, go on, keep going.
No,
I know, I got him. December 3rd, 1993. That fuck, man.
Alex Coughlin has control pretty much of most of the match until eventually at the end. What's his name? Matt Morris, that's his name, not Aiden English, hits his front falling DDT and gets the pin and the win. Like I said, I think every WWE grown talent needs to do something like this to gain some sort of credibility. Just to say they're doing it. Like even with Mike Bennett doing the ROH Pure tournament and doing the Pure division. Because man, after this match, there was a clear red hand imprint on Matt Morris's chest.
Yeah.
That I was just like, damn, that is some Walter type of chops right there.
So do you think watching, so I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself, but this does involve Alex Coughlin. Do you think that first class of Shibata, they're graduated, right? Like they're pretty much like.
Well, who do we got here? We got Ren Narita, Alex Coughlin, Clark Connors, right?
Fucking Carl Fredericks.
Carl Fredericks is definitely graduated.
Big fucking deal there. So that, and then you have like and then like it starts thinking like, what we always said, like New Japan's got like talent that'll like lead them for the next 5 years, but like what's the with the roster that's looking that they have right now, hell, like they are getting decimated. Like Shingo Takagi, Bushi, you heard like those guys got COVID, they got a fever out of it and just being decimated. Not to say that they're going to like send them to Japan, those young lions, but then I think
they're here.
Yeah, they're here. They're gonna stay there. Just I think the company's better served pulling the trigger on those prospects that we all said would be awesome, like Yuya Uemura. Like he's on apparently he's an excursion.
Isn't he going to Mexico?
I thought he was going to England.
Okay.
And speaking of England,
and Shooter's apparently going to England, right?
I thought he's been in England. In fact, they tried to get him out of England, and I think he's back in Japan because
he's like, no, I'll stay in England.
It's something. I feel like it's just something that New Japan needs to do sooner rather than later, because they have been facing immense difficulties filling up shows and having stars because of what's happening to them, with COVID and like Ibushi, who is apparently cleared to wrestle Tanahashi at the Grand Slam now. Which
I mean, we could have Kota Ibushi versus Jon Moxley at All Out. I mean, it could happen. We don't know, but
I don't know what to believe in anymore after tonight, Korey.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I noticed them migrating more towards New Japan Strong, at least recently too.
I mean, Tanahashi's in America.
Tanahashi in America. Will Ospreay's in America. You know what I mean? Will Ospreay even pulled out was it last week or the week before, the IWGP title and proclaimed himself the official champion.
Fucking Cody Nightmare Factory looking title. I was when I saw that resurgence. So when he was like whipping out the title, like I thought he was like, I'm gonna get this back then, and like it didn't. It was just
the old one.
It was I think that's evocative. I wear the shirt also because it's a cool shirt, but I don't think it's the low. I feel like it's kind of the lowest I've had my hype over for New Japan.
Yeah.
In ever, honestly, like it's that company just does not have momentum against it.
Well, they've been knocked down
They've been super knocked down.
Every chance every time they've turned a corner.
Yeah.
After the Bucks and Omega left, they tried to rebuild. And then they fired what was his name? The president at the time?
Harold May.
Yeah. The May.
Yeah,
The Mayflower. And so I felt like that was a blow to them because he had a vision for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and all of a sudden it kind of, after he left,
I'll get back to you on that.
It was disoriented. No, I mean what? Well, what?
I remember like not. I remember things getting a little bit more disoriented with him along.
You think so?
It's been a while.
Okay. He was a nice guy. He had me a sticker. He won me over with that sticker he gave me, I think.
Sure he was.
Anyway.
They have a show in San Jose. Are you going?
They do. I bought my ticket.
Thanks for the invite.
I tried to invite you through Slack, and you
didn't say no. Whatever.
Anyway.
Do they advertise who's on the show? Is Tanahashi?
No.
Moxley?
No.
They said nobody.
Oh, I mean for the show.
Yeah.
Well, Moxley's on the poster. Moxley's on the poster for the show, and they said plus more to come. You know, everyone's on the poster should be there.
I don't want to say how you're going to get there. Oh, you're driving?
Yeah.
How much was it?
I mean, I paid $100 for mine.
I don't think I'm ready. Yeah, I say this as somebody who works at a fucking bar doing karaoke.
Yeah. Handling the microphone.
I have the covers.
There you go.
No.
There you go. I like that. I like that.
We follow the rules here.
Everyone's wearing their mask, and we're all
no one's wearing their mask. I have to wear the masks.
We got ice cream bars for Taz, and it's all okay.
What else happened, Korey?
Then we move on to our 6-man tag of the night. Fred Rosser and I got to pronounce this right. Fred Yay-Hi and Daniel Garcia versus Red Narita, Clark Connors, and TJP. Have you seen Fred Yay-Hi yet?
I've heard of him.
Witnessed anything? He's really, 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 really good. I mean, this whole match, New Japan 6-man tag. I felt like though it was mostly Fred Rosser, Fred Yeha, and Daniel Garcia building the heat on Clark Connors, who is like a baby Hangman Page. I don't know if you've seen him. His hair is long and fluffy and blonde, and he looks like a baby Page.
No, he looks like that old picture of Hangman Page with the cowboy hat. Have you seen that? Where it's a side profile.
No,
he's just like this.
No.
Yeah, no. I have to pull it. I now have to find that picture and put it in the video.
Fred Rosser talking trash to Ren Narita, who apparently is learning English while on excursion, but he's learning all this smack talk from that dirty foul mouth Fred Rosser. So I don't know. It's not good for him. We get a nice running spears to Yay-Hi by Connors. This breaks down to a 6-way. Pretty soon into the match. Garcia and Ren Narita are in the ring. Garcia gives Ren Narita a wicked drop kick to the back of the head. We get a rear naked choke into a Cobra twist to Garcia. Belly to belly bridge to Garcia. And Ren Narita gets the pin and the win. I think that's the first time I've ever said those words.
Hooray! He probably won a match or two.
No, I know
I definitely remember him winning.
But this is the first show that I've reviewed where he's won a match.
Hopefully the first of many, Korey.
Hey, you know what? He took a picture with me at that meet and greet while he was just working the crowd.
Were you taller than him?
I think we're about the same height.
Damn.
I was like, hey, you're a wrestler. He's like, yeah. I was like, can I take a picture? He's like, yeah. I'm like, cool. Thank you.
You're a wrestler. I am.
Take a picture? Yeah. It was him and was it Shooter? I think it was either Shooter or I can't remember. Anyways, our third match of the night, the West Coast Wrecking Crew, the Jarrell Nelson and Royce Isaacs come out to the ring with
breaking news.
Oh,
on our Slack. You know, we offered Jose Oseguera, the third man in our In City Wrestling Radio. Like, we offered him to watch or be on our show. He said, DVR is being an asshole. And he just sent us a Slack saying, maybe it's the crowd, maybe it's nostalgia, but this is the single greatest fucking moment in a couple years.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool, man.
That's Jose's take on the wrestling today. It's actually his take on watching the Brood
Bath.
Yeah, the Brood Bath. We'll get there.
Yeah, West Coast Wrecking Crew.
Actually, keep going. I'll
versus Violence Unlimited, Brody King and Chris Dickinson. What can I say, man? I've used Chris Dickinson and Brody King, but Brody King though recently came up positive for COVID, which is one of those things that is a bummer. But at least this was filmed. Yeah,
he said
he had a breakthrough case.
Yeah,
like myself. So we're kind of like COVID brothers. So just saying.
Brody King really good, and I think you should leave.
Is he in that?
Dude, he's Mike the Rock.
Oh, I gotta rewatch that. Yeah,
he's a Calico Cut Pants.
Oh.
He's like, remember the one wrestler in that show, Calico Quad Pants, where he's just yelling. It's like he asks if it's loud, and it's very loud, and it's Brody King.
It's got the little the piss stains on it. It's this new little look,
Yeah.
you know. Calico.
If your wife ever had to go to the hospital, you'd be happy you gave.
Anyways,
watch. I think you should leave.
I honestly will back you up on that because not enough people will watch.
It's not for everybody.
No, it
I'll
really.
say that.
I've showed it to a few people, and they're like, "I hate it, and I don't ever watch it again."
That's what makes it special. I love it when I love something that people hate.
Yeah,
like wrestling.
West Coast Wrecking Crew are isolating the Dirty Daddy Chris Dickinson in this match, focusing on his left knee. Eventually, Chris Dickinson builds a comeback, striking Isaacs down, gives him a nice German suplex. Brody King gets the hot tag. Violence Unlimited takes over. JR Kratos knocks out Brody King on the outside. Royce Isaacs hits a tremendous Dragon German suplex to Chris Dickinson, while Jarrell Nelson hits the elbow drop for the pin and the win. And this continues the feud between Violence Unlimited and Team Filthy, headed by Filthy Tom Lawler, the New Japan Strong champion.
JR Kratos getting booked.
She's getting booked. Yeah,
He's getting booked.
He did a AEW show, right? At one point.
Yeah, he did. I think he did a dark.
Yeah.
Or an elevation. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Good for him.
After the match, they did the post-match press conference, and basically the West Coast Wrecking Crew is putting all the tag teams on notice, and including the Good Brothers, which, you know, I really think they need tag team titles here in New Japan Strong, or at least bring the tag team titles over.
Yeah.
Who are the champions? Is it still Sabre Jr. and Taichi? Or
you're asking me about the tag title picture on New Japan?
Yes, Michael.
No idea.
Okay. Well,
I've
nonetheless,
not paid attention to that.
Because if it is Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, then I thought they were in America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I don't care. I don't much care about Gorillas of Destiny or the Good Brothers, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, the Good Brothers, I mean, they're pretty decent. Carl Anderson.
Are they?
I mean, they're not the Young Bucks. They're different.
No one is. I know.
Yeah.
It's hard. Yeah. That was it. That was New Japan Strong.
3 matches, New Japan Strong. That's all we got for this week.
Yeah.
And the road to Summer Struggle continues.
Speaking of struggling in the summer.
Yeah.
Smackdown.
Oh, yeah. Dangerous Tekkers, Taichi, and Zack Sabre Jr.
Awesome. Good to know. SmackDown, WWE, we're saving the best for last year. SmackDown, SummerSlam, go home. I think the way this show was kind of, it was a go home show. So I think as we're going through SmackDown, this is kind of by proxy a SummerSlam preview. Let's just try to combine it.
Okay.
Yeah. So Edge starts the show, and God bless Adam Copeland, but you ever know, since I have been watching SmackDown a little bit more regularly lately, because it's not as offensively terrible as Raw has been.
Yeah.
Because they kind of do actually treat it like they kind of give a shit, because
2 hours.
It's 2 hours. It's 2 hours, and Fox is giving them $1 billion.
Yeah.
For airing what they got to air, and not to say that it's quality stuff, but
And the Roman's a good character. Edge is
he's a good character. But then here's the thing. It's like, I'll do the action figure analogy. You got the greatest Darth Vader action figure, Black Series, $120, 6-inch, just got all the bells and whistles, but that's all you got. You have nothing to bat. You don't have the Luke equivalent. You don't have anything. You just have to stare at this
action chop.
Yeah, you just have this really nice action figure that you're staring, but that's really it. There's nobody to bounce off of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns himself is great. He's doing the best work of his career.
Yeah.
I feel like that's been something that's been belabored ever since he turned heel. Like, of course, like, he's doing a good job. It's just everything else just needs to catch up to him. And so Edge, he starts the show. He does this thing now, and he has been doing this ever since he came back, where he's just like, okay, they're in Phoenix, right? Give it to me, Phoenix! Give it to me, Phoenix! I want it! Because, hey, the first show with crowds, SmackDown, Edge was there. loud ass pop.
Well,
I'm not CM Punk levels, but you know what I mean.
It's either that or his South Park monologues. Like, remember how that episode of South Park was like, someone would come out to the ring, there'd be a spotlight on them, and they'd be in the ring and be like,
yeah.
12 years ago, I lost the title here.
And I had sex with Vanessa last night.
God damn it, Edge. I mean, we got Edge and Cena both on SmackDown. So
yeah, the more things change, the
Vanessa.
Yeah, and you know what? Corey? That South Park episode was 10 years old. It's over 10 years old.
It is.
Yeah, there was a damn good video package basically built around Seth killing Edge when he had the chance in 2014. But he didn't, obviously. But like you said earlier, they gave Edge some spotlight in her monologue promo, and of course, it was great because Edge has been studying acting for 10 years and not wrestling. So of course, by human nature, he would be good at it. Also, Edge was brought up in a system where that was maybe a little less enforced, and maybe it's a kind of an indictment of who you have of the superstars that you have today.
You're saying give it like a little bit more freedom on the mic.
Yeah. Edge, like I feel like he grew up on a system where scripting was a little less enforced, and it shows. It shows with Edge and John Cena. Those guys were the men. Were the man in their respective segments. I thought this was actually pretty good, but he did say a really weird line. He said, and it was real close. He says, I am going to burn Seth Rollins down. And I thought, oh shit, I thought we released the Fiend. I thought we were gonna. Is he gonna? Are they just gonna repeat that spot too?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Edge versus Seth Rollins. As far as like the SummerSlam match is concerned, like these guys are probably gonna have a really good match.
Probably. I mean, I don't see Seth going over here. I mean, it's WWE, so they could just say fuck it and Seth could win, but I don't see a reason why Seth would win. I mean, I don't know. Actually, no. I changed my
mind. We'll get there, man. Rey Mysterio versus Jey Uso. It happened. Like I might say this through a lot.
It happened.
The night. Yeah, Dominic tried to.
Really good match.
You thought so?
I thought they both were.
Like I thought Rey Mysterio was good. I thought it was just Rey Mysterio just bouncing off Jey for the most part.
Jey knows how to bounce around with him.
Oh wait, no. Never mind. Dominic tried to cheat by putting he tried to cheat, and WWE had to make Rey be the babyface moron.
I like how Rey's like, what were you doing, son? You didn't feel those feet pushing down on you, Rey? Like,
yeah, if I was Rey, like I'd be disappointed in Dominic, but at least I'll just go with it because hey, this is happening now. Might as well just go.
Oh, you tripped.
But he was caught. He was caught. He was caught by. Dominic tries to cheat. They try to cheat. Little Nate catches them. Rey, he just stares at Dominic. He goes outside. He stares at Dominic. Set Usos. They use this opportunity to beat him up. Sets Jey for the splash. Yeah. And the win. Pin and win. Rey Mysterio and the Usos has momentum. Corey.
Oh, are we going to see new tag champs?
They are the tag champ. Usos.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So reverse momentum.
So according to Michael Cole, in our next segment, and according to Michael Cole, Baron Corbin was out.
Yeah. Like can't afford the correction in the name.
Dude, like you're Michael Cole. You for almost 20 years, you're the person who by proxy just spits out the WWE spiel. Like that is your job, and yet you have, I guess it just happens where you just have that slip where you say Carbon, like, but you should just know by instinct that is not his name. I don't know. It just felt like, really weird. It's too different.
Sorry, that was Baron Corbin. I correct myself. I messed up.
Like you can't just do that, or else you'll just expose yourself. Like you just move on. Like he did the right thing by just moving on, but still, like that is one hell of a mistake to make, dude. Anyway. And so Baron Corbin, he's still got that poor guy gimmick. What do you think of this? What do you think of like this whole him just being like, oh, I gotta GoFundMe, I'm struggling, poor, and like that whole GoFundMe thing.
Baron or whatever, fundbaron.com.
Yeah.
It's dumb to the sense where it's like they're not like taking into account everything. Like,
it's really yes, you're
it's just
absolutely
random
right.
ass rules. Like they were like Baron Corbin, he had a dress code violation last week and he was sleeping in a production truck. I'm like, he works for you guys. Like, can't somebody like take care of it and be like, hey?
No. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. Here's the thing that WWE like the writing in this kind of justifies like all this is because it's not the fact that they kind of they frame him as like being ungrateful, being like, oh, he gets paid this but he wants more, and he'll just play up that what he's got just isn't enough. They'll frame that, but don't you think it's also a little mean-spirited to kind of just have your resident punching bag of a guy being poor and doing these GoFundMes, knowing that you are the number one company in an industry that has copious amounts of wrestlers having GoFundMes of their own, needing surgery and like needing for things that you could easily just cover for them out of wrestlers who more or less worked for you.
Look, WWE,
all that other stuff.
WWE
insurance.
WWE projects more than anybody else when they say, "Oh, the fans they boo the heel or boo the face and cheer the heels."
Yeah.
When in fact WWE is the one that pushes heels as baby faces and push baby faces as heels. You know what I mean?
No, WWE is not run by good people, just bar none.
Exactly. So it's just like, I don't know.
Not run by good. There are good people in WWE.
Sure, yeah.
But it is not run by good people.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Yeah. Pat McAfee, he just straight up, Pat McAfee just calls him a bum ass with people chanting, "You're still broke." And then like by the end, so Corbin wins the match via DQ against Kevin Owens because Big E tried to get his Money in the Bank briefcase back from him because Corbin stole it. I love Pat McAfee because Corbin gets the briefcase back and he says, "That is a 6'6" trash bag on the run." And I again 100%. Pat McAfee kind of just continues to be probably the reason why I'm kind of sticking with SmackDown.
He's great. I mean,
a lot of the things he says comes off as genuine, and he seems to be someone who's at least enjoying this product, and by proxy, at least I can somewhat kind of feel a semblance of joy watching this thing.
Definitely. It's not Corey Graves and Michael Cole the entire night, you know.
Oh, it's just like I'll dude fucking
but you know, they keep building up that Big E's name's on the contract, and well, no, they don't even build. They say, well, Big E won that contract, fair and square.
I was not paying attention to like the whole ground rules of that entire thing.
So
fill me in, Corey.
Baron just stole a contract with Big E's name on it, but in John Cena land, you can just take contracts.
Did they? I feel like they did explain that.
He said something about the end.
Yeah.
Like, he was just kind of like, yeah, it's bullshit, but whatever. I'm John Cena. I'm here to dethrone you.
I mean, you could make the distinction that that's a Money in the Bank briefcase, while the John Cena contract situation isn't. Well, it isn't a Money in the Bank briefcase. It's just a different contract with different
rules. I thought the Money in the Bank briefcase was an empty contract, but
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't have to be this way, Corey. It doesn't have to be this way. Again, I think I didn't bring this up, but I think I did. You know, CM Punk said wrestling doesn't. He's out there to prove that wrestling it doesn't have to be this hard. And as I go through the SmackDown show, really doesn't have to be this hard. We got a Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair video package, and Carmella. Like it establishes Carmella and labor rights icon Zelina Vega as a team with Sasha, which I think will probably be the reason why Sasha will probably win that title. Just by fuckery. That's what I think.
Oh yeah.
Who's winning, Sasha or Bianca?
Probably Sasha. I mean,
I'll say
Bianca's
Sasha.
had it since Mania.
Yeah, it's that seasonal title change. You win at SummerSlam. When you win at WrestleMania, you either lose it at SummerSlam or Survivor Series.
And I feel like Bianca is kind of getting a little heelish. So I don't know if she'll have some sort of heel turn eventually.
Oh no, I just feel like they don't have anybody else for Bianca, so I think the title's better served with a heel in Sasha.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you think that match was going to happen?
Oh, because of the COVID stuff? I don't know, man. I don't. With that, when they say WWE is so hearsay about the COVID diagnosis, so
you think?
So
yeah, that's the thing, though. you can, yes, you have every right to be. I go both ways with that. Like, I don't think you should be cagey if you're a performer with no mask on, because of course they're not going to wear a mask, is out there in an arena with a bunch of people. I mean, WWE wouldn't have them out there, period, if they weren't, if they had COVID anyway. So what am I saying?
Jericho wrestled with COVID.
I don't know. I forget.
Yeah,
probably.
I mean, I'm asking the question. I'm not saying he did. I'm just asking the question.
God. But, Bianca is wrestling both Carmella and Lena
later tonight.
Shotzi and Nox face Natalya, who's apparently cleared, and Tamina in a championship contenders match.
Well, this happened like weeks ago.
They beat. So Shotzi rolls up Natalya. So they are 0. So the champions are 0-3 against Shotzi and Nox. That'll probably be a pre-show. That'll probably be a pre-show match.
They'll win the tag titles.
I don't think they will. I think by this logic they won't.
WWE, man.
Oh my god.
Throw a dartboard at a wall. You know what I mean?
I feel like this was like a now or never thing for Tegan Nox, though. I feel like she had to go to the main roster, or else if she stayed like another month in NXT, probably be forced to retire.
Yeah, because they don't do that with any of their superstars.
No, I'm saying that because of Nox, because that lady is so injury prone.
That's true.
They
like, we got to get her up and get the time while she can do something up here.
Yeah, and knock on wood, I hope she never gets injured again.
I hope it's the right wood, but.
Yeah. Well, before that match, they announced Logan Paul is going to be on Moist TV on Monday, so looking forward to that. Probably no. Alpha Academy versus Street Profits. They're giving Montez Ford like this certain new look where he kind of looks like Sagat from Street Fighter without an eye patch. Like he has taped fists.
This is weekly?
No, I This actually I actually don't remember if Street Profits. I think this is new. Where they give him, Montez Ford, they taped his fists. He looks like a Muay Thai fighter, but he has boots on. He just ground your highest flyer, one of your highest flyers in WWE. That is a classic WWE move, WWE.
Versus the most charismatic guy in the company that they took all the charisma from.
I think Otis, like in his current incarnation, it could be better, but what he's doing right now,
I kind of like
worse. I kind of like how he looks. He looks kind of menacing. He looks meaner. He looks like he looks like a henchman from an 80s wrestling promotion.
Definitely.
Like someone that Arn Anderson would tag with.
Oh.
Or someone that Arn Anderson would wrestle. Like in
someone that Arn Anderson would be.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but they're giving Montez Ford a new look and a new sense of character, and then Otis just beats him.
Wait, hold on. I think you skipped the whole the Seth Rollins promo, by the way.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, he beats him.
Hey, do you want to do the Seth Rollins promo?
Well, I mean, like...
Did you take notes on that?
I mean, I didn't take notes exactly, but hey, word for word what he said. But he basically just said he respects Edge for what he said earlier in the night, but...
I'll add in something that Rollins probably did.
What's up?
I'll add in something that Rollins probably did during that promo.
Yeah, well, he said, like I said...
No, I'll say what he said, what he probably said.
Oh, well, then go
He probably said...
Joker is here.
He's a fucking clown. Seth Rollins is a fucking clown, dude. I hate his character so much. Like, this is a guy who just got fucking absolutely destroyed by Fiend booking. Had every sense of like babyface potential he had in him.
Yeah.
I remember that 2018 run. 2018 Seth Rollins, where that dude just had banger after banger after banger, and then he won the title from Brock at WrestleMania, and you would think, okay, this would be his Bret Hart babyface all comers, and then they just gave him to the Fiend, Hell in a Cell, and he hasn't recovered since then, man, and it's just too fucking. And I think he knows it, and he's embracing this clown shit that he's been doing, and it's too fucking sad, it's too fucking bad, and I think he's well into that fucking WWE Kool-Aid that he's not going to change. I don't think he's going to do any
top guys. He's like
he's a top guy, but then like he's.
But I wonder how protected he is. You know what I mean? Like going forward. You know?
I mean, hey,
there's been a little. I'm just saying backstage heat with Paul Levesque. You know
that Edge match will probably be a 5-star.
Anyway,
who knows?
So Seth Rollins comes out. He, like I said, he says he respects Edge for everything he said earlier in the night, but basically said everything he said were all the reasons why he was going to beat Edge at SummerSlam. And then he said the old Edge is dead. And that's when all of a sudden the lights go out and the Brood music starts playing.
Be ready. Be ready. My noise gate in my microphone can't pick up the thing.
Yeah. Edge appears on the screen. And what did he say? He says
no, he just stared with a red light and just
he says all the freaks come out at night and you'll never see it coming. And all of a sudden some liquid,
the arena came all over Seth with black goo.
Yeah, all the oil from all the lighting rigs just fell all over him. I mean, I don't know. I guess they can't cover somebody in blood on
Fox
network TV. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
This shit was cheap, dude.
But it's just like Alexa Bliss, you know. That's their thing now. Like Vince must have seen something where somebody was like leaking black goo, and he's like, I love it.
Don't do that Vince voice. We were peaking right there.
I know we were, but it's Vince, okay?
Yeah, whatever. We got limiters. We'll fix it in post.
Anyways.
God, that's Rollins. I hope that match is good just for his sake.
Yeah.
Edge, I can, whatever. His legacy's clear.
And they kept calling it a brood bath all night. They're like, it was a brood bath.
I think that was just McAfee just saying what it goes.
Oh, that was Michael Cole, and that was exactly what they kept calling it all night. It was a brood. They're gonna fucking pound that home for the next couple nights.
Speaking of things getting pound like at home, like did you see the press media? They're they're all over Las Vegas right now, and they're covering SummerSlam, and apparently some journal, I forget which dirt sheet journalist out there, he basically was being very cagey on the sales of the Lily dolls.
Yeah.
And he was he said basically, judging by the sales of these Lily dolls, the booking is gonna go one way or wholly into another way. You know what I mean?
Are they selling a lot?
That's the thing. The tweet was not clear about it. Like, I don't know whether or not this tweet means they sold a fuck ton and that she's gonna go over Eva Marie real clean and real steady, and they're gonna go with this.
She's not gonna lose to Eva Marie. Come on. Anyways,
I think she's gonna lose to Eva Marie.
You really think so?
Our prediction addiction. I will. Yes, that's probably gonna be. Yeah.
Anyways,
Boogs and Nakamura versus Commander Aziz and Apollo. Boogs in ring debut. By the way, on the main roster, he tosses Apollo around. Boogs pins Apollo as they celebrate with McAfee, who just loves this. And you know what? I love seeing McAfee loving things. It's about time someone has a genuine emotion in this company. I said it before.
He's my stylistic spirit animal too.
He had those, shorts, shorts all the way.
No, he was wearing black jeans tonight.
Yeah, there was,
with a leopard print button-up shirt.
Yeah,
very nice.
Yeah. Roman Reigns and John Cena. Two Bianca Belair matches. She beat both Zelina Vega and Carmella. Momentum, Korey.
Which I think
he has it on her side.
Yeah,
it's just to make her look strong. I mean, the crowd was pretty hot. Like for the finish against Carmella when she hit the KOD. But at least they got to see her.
It's over! Yay!
No, I felt like the crowd legitimately adored Bianca Belair, which is good.
They do. But it's Carmella and it's Zelina Vega.
Get to see your favorite toy again. Obsessed with toys. Looking at my toys right there.
Yeah.
So our final segment, Roman Reigns and John Cena face off again, and I just felt like this was on repeat because, first off, Roman's entrance, it felt like a goddamn eternity. Like they had to kill time. Like it was like lasting at 6 minutes long.
Yeah.
That generic ass theme song, which I hate.
I keep thinking it's old Seth Rollins theme song. Like
absolutely not.
God, when he was like the Messiah character.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Not the burn it down.
He'll probably bring that back. Oh wait, no, it's a. Like, have you noticed like how like a lot more generic the music in WWE has gotten?
Yeah,
like even more generic than CFO.
Yeah, even they got rid of Seth's "Burn It Down" theme song, which I was now it's like a new "Burn It Down" theme song, which is it's lame, just dumb. Kevin Owens, at least he still has his theme song.
That's crazy.
I
mean, some people still got their own thing, like John Cena. That's never going away. That's never going away. That's the most. That's the most arguably the most famous part about John Cena. Roman Reigns, John Cena face off again. Like I said, they basically go through what they've been going through these past couple of weeks. Cena does the 1, 2, 3 and the postmodern promo thing where like, oh, you think I'm gonna just lose to you and just go off to Hollywood? No, I'm gonna become 17-time pro wrestling champion of the universe in this wrestling organization we call World Wrestling Entertainment.
He said he was gonna win the title and then leave to Hollywood.
Yeah, that baby face of ours, man.
What? He said, I'm going to leave with the title, so you got nothing to fight for, Roman.
So he called, and so yeah, he ostensibly just calls Roman Reigns a failure, like a failed experiment. They've been trying to push him for so long.
God.
And like he should like the fact that this is like the 5th time, like it's the fact that it's taking them this long is an indictment of how bad he is. And like we've all heard it before. And so
this Cena would have been way over in 2018. I'm just saying, man.
Yes. So as we end things off here, Roman adds a stipulation that I don't think anybody's buying at all, and he says he is going to leave the WWE if he loses. And yeah, you hear the commentators like, "What? Oh, what? Roman gonna leave WWE?" And then as soon as that happens, like Roman, he attempts his own version of the attitude adjustment, and then Cena gets out of it, and then he rolls up Roman for 1, 2, and as soon as he was about to get 3, he just lets go. And I think he kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
And no, Pat McAfee said, I think Roman kicked out a 2.5 there. And I guess that's just a way of Cena protecting Roman as we, get into SummerSlam. I don't know.
They really want to build up a match, and I think everyone just thinks that Roman's going to win, and that's probably what's going to happen. But they're trying to make you think differently, and they're trying to get you to at least buy into the match a little bit. So
Booking 101. Roman completely squashes John Cena. SummerSlam.
But no, they're gonna go like 20 minutes, dude.
But then think about like how isn't John Cena's like SummerSlam record like notoriously low?
Yes, I'm pretty sure SummerSlam is pretty bad for him.
Yeah. So hey, the numbers don't lie, and they probably spelled disaster for one John Cena.
Yeah.
What else you know what? Let's just we still got a little bit of time left. Let's just go through that SummerSlam card because they are treating it like a fucking WrestleMania, so might as well we do that too.
Is it WrestleMania SummerSlam? Remember Backlash?
Oh yeah, that went over. Nikki Ash versus Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. They did a number on these ladies. I swear to God.
Charlotte's gonna win that title.
I think Charlotte's gonna win. I think Charlotte will win as well. Roman Reigns versus John Cena. I say Roman completely squashes him to utter silence. We hear that as they pick up the remains of John Cena.
And then The Rock, like just have somebody in placeholder afterwards, and then Rock for Mania.
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I mean it could be.
Oh Jesus!
You don't know yet, man.
I would be so angry. Nah, whatever. Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg.
Bobby.
I think it's gonna be Bobby.
He's gonna kick the shit out of fucking Nash.
Oh well, Universal Championship, WWE Championship. They probably don't want both to retain. I could see Goldberg. Come on, more Gage Goldberg on your screen. More Gage Goldberg. Gage Goldberg.
I just want Gage to get taken out afterwards. The kid had way too fast of a growth spurt.
He's 16. I thought he was like, oh, hey, he's 20. He was probably like a teenager. Well, he can't be a teenager.
He was like 12 when his dad took his shirt off him in the ring.
No, he took his shirt off, right?
He's like,
he's just like a pudgy little kid. I'm pudgy
too, but like whatever. not taking my shirt off.
We're not body shaming a 14-year-old on this show. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, I was.
The Usos versus Rey Mysterio and the Usos versus Mysterios. I'm gonna say Mysterios. Okay.
Oh, I think
we disagree. Let's have a 50-minute debate over why the Mysterios should win.
No, I think the Mysterios are gonna lose just because I think
Dominic's gonna turn heel.
I mean, I'm just gonna call it.
Gonna lose. So they're gonna lose, and then Mysterio, he's Ray's just being like, "Come on, Dominic. Yeah. Well, we'll learn from this." And Dominic's gonna be fucking mad. He's gonna push
you lost
Ray
on Friday. Okay, Dad.
Sasha, Bianca. I say Sasha. You say Sasha. We all say
Sasha.
Edge versus Seth Rollins. I'm going to lean Rollins, and I think this is going to be the match to steal the show. They have to. These guys. I don't think these guys are going to want a bad match. I mean, nobody wants a bad match, but
I mean, I'll go Edge just because I don't know. I just
give it to me, Korey.
I think
give it to me.
And I think Edge might be built up one more time against Roman. He'll be the one in between.
No, we can't. No, we can't. You can't run that back. You can't run Edge and Roman again. Come on.
I mean, I wouldn't, but I think they will. It's WWE, man.
Sheamus versus Damian Priest for the United States Championship. I think it's Damian Priest's time with, "Hey, Bad Bunny, you haven't returned my calls yet. I'm the United States champion now. What's up? I'm hitting you up."
I think he needs to bring out the. I think he needs to bring the limo with the the pool in the back.
What happened? It's your boy pants. DP. What's wrong, BB? It's DP.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey.
Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal. I'm gonna say Drew. Veer and Shanky are banned from ringside. I think Drew McIntyre is going to actually stab. Yeah, he's gonna actually stab Jinder Mahal through the heart. Our first live murder on SummerSlam. Yeah. He's gonna shish kebab him. You ever seen the movie Cannibal Holocaust? Exactly that.
I was gonna say split roast him, but
Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie with Dewdrop. I'm gonna say Eva Marie.
Okay, it's Alexa, dude.
Because there was a lot of
They're not going to make a call. They're not going to make a call on it right now. They're going to wait until afterwards, until Raw at least, to see what.
They could just wipe their hands clean. Just have Alexa Bliss lose and come back.
They want to see what happens at the show, and I do too. I want to see how the fans react.
This is my number one main thing that I'm looking forward to SummerSlam.
Oh my god!
Probably, honestly, it could be trash in a good way. Who knows? AJ Styles and Omos versus RK Bro. I'll say this, and I said a bunch of things on this show. I legitimately like RK Bro.
I do too.
I think Riddle is the perfect analog for the 6-year-old that's watching this show, the 12-year-old that's watching this show. That dude is a 12-year-old. He is a teenager who happens to have multiple kids and a very, very crazy wife. Okay, I shouldn't say that actually.
He's also aware of his character.
Apologies
he knows what he's saying. You know, he knows when he's being like, "Bro, I was doing the RKO, but you didn't think, you just taught me, man. It's all good." He's Spicoli, and he knows he's Spicoli.
Apologies to Lisa Riddle. I'm sure you're a very nice woman.
I don't know her. But yeah, so I kind of like the team. Randy Orton with his Jay White mustache.
I'm looking forward to that to that Riddle interview with Ariel Helwani, because Ariel Helwani is an MMA guy. I'm sure they'll probably have a lot to talk about in the UFC, because his story, right? Where he had a 4-fight win streak in the UFC, and then they fucking fired him because of weed. Because of weed.
I have a mutual friend with Riddle, and that's not in wrestling. They went to college with him.
Oh yeah, no, hit him up and then just see if we can get a Riddle interview.
There we go.
Yeah, we got it booked. RK Bro wins this. They have to win this, right?
I mean, unless they're seriously going to build for a Randy Riddle feud.
But I think they're seriously going to build for an Omos singles push. Yeah, they're going to take the tag titles off of Omos.
Well, he's Diesel, so I mean,
what are you doing, Omos? You stupid idiot! And then he's going to push AJ Styles, and then what's gonna happen? And
all right, listen, you don't push me, Omos. It's all right this time, but
it's gonna be that crowd's gonna go really crazy for RK Bro winning those tag titles. And hey, listen, they deserve it. They built that match. Like they built that match. Like I'm a lot more positive about RK Bro than more than anything on this fucking card.
Yeah,
that's saying a lot.
I mean, looking at the card right now, I mean, yeah, that match. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, SummerSlam. Yeah,
it should be on the T-shirt.
SummerSlam.
Maybe Drew McIntyre will come out with a shirt. They'll say SummerSlam. Yeah, I was there.
Summer. Yeah.
I
Korey. We end the show.
Yeah, I guess that about does it here for us.
TGI Fight days. Yeah.
Fight day. Ugh.
Yeah,
Fight like Irishman.
Are we here next week? We probably shouldn't promise anything.
I mean, talk about
depends on what Rampage happens and all this stuff.
Well, I mean, it's good to get back in the weekly swing of things, but I'll say, we'll
see what we see.
Friday's got a lot of wrestling, so
Fridays are all right for fighting. That's how the song goes, right?
Yeah. All right. I think that about does it here for us. Check us out on social media, especially on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. On Instagram at City Wrestling Radio, on Facebook at City Wrestling Radio. But if you want to find us on Twitter, that's at CWR415. And
repeat after me, CWR415. 1, 2, 3. And then Drew McIntyre. 3, 2, 1.
Can we get him to say 415? Please. Anyways,
how right. To pay $5,000 for that cameo, limited time only. Drew McIntyre.
Exclusive WWE cameos. All right, I think I'm a little sweaty and I want to go wipe my face down. So we're gonna get out of here. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you later. Bye.
Keep fighting.